Okay, so in April 2016, porn giant xHamster blocked a portion of its website from North Carolina as punishment for the now infamous bathroom bill, the legislation requiring transgender persons to use the bathroom that matches the sex on their birth certificate. The media coverage gave xHamster an overall positive spin, with articles from USA Today, BBC, Verge, BuzzFeed, and even the Washington Post, thus contributing to the popular discourse praising the democratization of porn. This is the idea that new online porn is providing content that includes non-normative body types, while also allowing viewers to participate in a variety of new ways. There are two lines of inquiry that drive most academic, popular, and journalistic literature on pornography. There's the already mentioned democratization discourse, and there's the opposition, or the anti-porn discourse that laments the sexualization of society, or to use the more catchy phrase, the pornification of society. Both sides of this debate have contributed significant findings. However, there's one central presupposition that makes the debate possible in the first place. Pornography must be situated as totally autonomous from society. The pornification discourse implies the invasion of sexuality into everyday life, while the democratization discourse claims that porn was at one point closed off from society and is now free and participatory. It is the position of this paper that porn organizes and reproduces logics of racialization and sexualization from social life, meaning porn and social life are in a co-constituting dialectic relationship with no absolute boundaries in between, or more strongly phrased, the porn we know today has always thoroughly been socialized by society, not the other way around. However, I'll go one step further. I will show that the organization and division of online porn into discrete racialized categories, such as Black or Arab, are all anchored to an indexical ground of whiteness. That is, a white racializing indexical orgo from which all differentiation emerges and is measured, meaning bodies in online porn are mediated through a white worldview or a white institutional knowledge that is fundamentally anti-democratic. To make this point, this paper conceptualizes categories of race, gender, and sexuality as assemblages of signification. That is, these ideas are denaturalized by presenting each concept as an accumulated, interdependent bundle of signs and discursive qualities. In everyday life, these semiotic assemblages are generally interpreted as singular signs, a semiotic ideology that naturalizes social types such as straight person, or white person, or male person. The analysis is conducted on the terrain of one institutionally powerful website named xHamster, which employs numerous discrete categories like Asian or Latin, presenting each race group as fact, while obscuring how the website itself is directly implicated in naturalizing the fact of race groups. Meaning websites like xHamster factualize race groups, then cite their own institutional knowledge as fact, a kind of circular citational process. I will show that through these circular citations happen across texts, images, bodies, videos, and linguistic utterances of performers. Specifically, I focus on the category interracial, as I believe this category most forcefully racializes from the indexical ground of whiteness from which difference is defined and literally measured. Each body, each performer, is a bundle of signs that accumulate into what we perceive as a racialized person. We start the analysis looking at Persian qualisigns, or qualities that are materially embodied. For example, one popular category, blonde. Blondness is a color, or a qualisign, and it must be materially embodied in something, namely human hair, as opposed to, dog hair or something. Yet, as soon as qualisigns are embodied, they will necessarily get bound up with other qualisigns. For example, blonde hair may come with any other number of qualisigns, such as curliness, or dryness, or oiliness. Furthermore, hair will be attached to a body that likely indexes whiteness, both as a skin tone and a color, and as a discursive quality. However, light skin alone is not enough to label a performer as white. For example, a performer with facial phenotypic traits ideologically marked as Asian or Japanese will be categorized as such. In other cases, a light-skinned performer might be categorized as Latin if heard speaking Spanish. Whiteness must be semiotically assembled in just the right way to achieve whiteness, which includes bodily and linguistic signs. Over time, blonde has been semiotically regimented through the institutional erasure of indexical signs, which in turn helps construct a blonde woman persona that we come to expect when searching blonde on a porn search engine like xHamster. Here we focus on the category interracial. Through this exact same kind of semiotic regimentation, two semiotic assemblages emerge as formulaic of interracialness: the passive white indexing body and the aggressive black indexing body. First, some notes on the website architecture. xHamster is modeled after YouTube's video search engine. xHamster is divided into three distinct mirror sites: straight, gay, and shemale. These can be thought of as performative supercategories in that they interpolate or call into being the performers on the entire mirror site as being straight, gay, or transgender. Individuals must enter xHamster through the unmarked straight mirror site. Each website features 70 of the most popular videos. Of these first 70 videos, without any kind of search, about 85% featured white indexing bodies only. When moving to the gay mirror category, mirror site, it also features 85% white indexing bodies only, and also 85% for the transgender mirror site. Now these videos are ranked by popularity, but already we can see how the white indexing assemblage is ranked as normative. Of the remaining 15% of the videos, non-white indexing bodies are specifically interpolated as non-white in the video titles. For example, a title might say, "Black girl does something." Across the opening pages of all three mirror sites, whiteness is never described in titles, leaving whiteness as unmarked. Whiteness is also absent from the more specific subcategories found down the left-hand side of xHamster's mirror site. These subcategories are an extremely detailed taxonomy of body parts, sex acts, and ethno-racial labels. While every race group imaginable is listed, whiteness is not. Again, whiteness is the indexical ground from which difference is constructed, and as we will see, literally measured. I'd like to draw your attention to the chain of interpolation represented by the arrows. Performers are interpolated first by the supercategory as being straight, gay, or transgender. Then the subcategories interpolate each video as something more specific. For example, gay, Asian. And finally, the video titles themselves interpolate the performers yet again. For example, black girl does something, which calls into being the body as an assemblage of blackness and girlness, meaning that these signs have accumulated in just the right way that we will potentially perceive a black woman. At this point, let's move to the subcategory interracial and focus on citational practices. Upon entering the interracial webpage, we see an explicit definition that reads, interracial porn features men and women of different races having hardcore sex. The most common pairing is the black man and the white girl, and the black guys are often blessed with enormous cocks. The definition is descriptive and prescriptive and is cited across various texts. For example, each video is marked with #interracial, a hashtag citation. The definition may also be cited in video titles. For example, the simple video title, Interracial, a direct citation. Or citations can be indirect, as in the title Black Bull Makes a Visit, which cites the black indexing body and the large penis claim. Indeed, the supposed largeness of the black indexing penis is a crucial point of differentiation and commonly referred to in video titles with the phrase big black cock, especially through its acronym BBC. Bigness, however, is a scalar relation, not a fact. Bigness, as an aspect of the Black semiotic assemblage, is only knowable from a particular vantage point, namely from the white indexical ground whose imagined penis size is average and left unmarked. The Black penis serves as an index of hypersexuality and is frequently paired with ideas of aggression and danger. Some titles sound like Wife Abused by BBC, or Take My Big Black She-Male Cock, or Gay BBC Prison Style. These are all text citations that racialize Black indexing performers as aggressive, or perhaps even just released from prison. Additionally, citations and cross-citations do not need to be in text form, and we can consider the assembled racialized bodies themselves as citations and reanimations of interracialness. Yet we have thus far talked about bodies achieving interracialness, but this also implies that bodies can fail, meaning the videos do not bundle and accumulate signs in just the right way to create a legible Black indexing body paired with a white indexing body. For example, we can observe the outermost limits of this interracial semiotic regime in a video that features two white female indexing performers, one of which is using a Black penetrative sex toy. Alone, the Black sex toy could simply just be that, the color black, the qualified black. However, the performer linguistically yells to the second performer, "Take my big black cock." In this moment, she definitively racializes the sex toy and reanimates the stance of Black aggression, while the penetrative performer reanimates the stance and cites the stance of white passivity. This video is included under the category interracial and may or may not achieve interracialness to all viewers. Nevertheless, the racializing logic of xHamster, within the racializing logic, it does achieve interracialness. In fact, Black sex toys are extremely common to the category interracial. This brings to mind Fanon's assertion that it's possible to turn the Black man into a penis and only a penis. Overall, across all three versions of xHamster, straight, gay, and transgender, about 93% of videos achieving interracialness featured a white indexing body paired with a Black indexing body. The Black indexing performer is almost always the penetrator, almost always positioned behind or above, almost always in a stance of dominance and aggression. These two bodies, and the passive dominant stance, has been semiotically regimented to produce and reproduce a normative interracialness based on Blackness dominating whiteness. This is what today, in our free unlimited access to porn, unambiguously achieves interraciality. If the idea of Black aggression and hypersexuality sounds familiar, it's because Black scholarship identified this racializing logic long ago. Interraciality, or fears of miscegenation, existed long before internet porn. This is porn socialized by society's racializing logics, not the other way around. Nevertheless, these racializing logics were at some point fed into porn. Porn then maintains and feeds them back into society, which feeds back into porn. What is new about today's internet porn is the appearance of democratization. Meaning if I chose to upload homemade sex videos, they would appear alongside professional porn videos. This is new. However, if uploaders want their videos to be watched, they must be found. Individuals must adopt the standardized language of porn if they expect their videos to be recalled from the literally millions of other videos. That is, individuals must cite the vocabulary and the categories central to porn's linguistic infrastructure to participate. As I have shown, the porn jargon is found across all linguistic citations, from category names, to video titles, to hashtags, to the utterances of performers, and even the performers' bodies themselves, all of which create the appearance of an autonomous body of knowledge controlled by the website xHamster. Yet, as I have argued, the racializing logics do not originate with xHamster, or pornography for that matter. What these websites have done is standardize the linguistic practice of their users through an organizing linguistic register, a porn voice that embeds racializing logics that differentiate from a ground of whiteness that must be cited for legibility. In this sense, the so-called democratization of porn must be called into question if the porn voice is so thoroughly institutionalized that its underlying logics are left unquestioned and forced upon individual uploaders and everyday viewers. And through the sheer power of repetition, through an unquantifiable number of citations, social types, like the dangerous black man, will continue to exist not only as semiotic assemblages, but in nature itself.